Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
1 minute tennis elbow exercises that'll help you give you quick pain relief and maybe even eventually a cure.
Sure.
Now everybody's busy out there, Brad.
Right.
Nobody's got time to be dealing with this pain. So we're going to show you these things you can do throughout the day. They only take a minute.
Right.
And everybody's got a minute here and there.
Right.
And
it's just a matter of doing it.
And it really is an issue, Brad, that a lot of times, as we'll talk, it's actually going to be better to do this spread throughout the day rather than picking a designated time because you're trying to remodel tissues. We'll talk about this.
Okay,
So,
sure.
all right, before we do that, Brad, we got a couple new people out there, I see.
Two more, there they are.
I count two.
We're building up.
If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please take a second. We have a subscription button here or down here. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day.
There you go.
All right, the first thing you want to do is, you got the tennis elbow, which means that you got muscles of the forearm that come and attach on the outside of the elbow.
Right.
And they, through overuse or whatever, maybe through a sport, you've irritated this area here, and you've maybe even have some tears in the tendons.
So right where that connects to the bone.
Right.
And usually if you push right in there in a certain spot, it'll make you jump pretty good.
And you've had it, Brad,
Yep.
and you said it is very
Oh, yeah.
painful.
Yeah, if you just walk through a doorway and you bump that bone right on the door jamb, it wakes you up.
Take your there.
there you
So
go.
this bone right here.
Yep,
This, and all the muscles attached to that bone, a bunch of forearm muscles, and they come together there, and that's where the irritation occurs.
Those muscles are responsible for extending the wrist, and
Yep.
as well as some maybe into your fingers, but it's extension muscles.
If you want to test to see whether or not you have it, bring the wrist up like this and even bring it a little bit toward you, and then push on it. And if that hurts,
Right.
that's a good sign that you have tennis elbow.
Doing an isometric, yep.
Yeah. So those tissues are damaged, and we have to remodel them, Brad. We want them to get healed strong so they don't keep breaking open. We want them to heal strong.
Kind of like remodeling a house. You're going to get everything organized again and back where it belongs and make it even better than before, possibly.
Yes, a very good
There you go.
analogy. The first point, though, that a lot of people say what you want to try is actually probably get an air cast, well, not air cast, but any one of the wrist, or I'm sorry, forearm bands.
Right.
So this is the air cast pneumatic air band.
Yep, it's got a little bladder, air bladder, and a lot of them have a similar concept with an air bladder and some other type of air, where they put pressure on the muscle. You're not putting it right over the bone, but on the muscle belly just in front of it. And then you can see.
Here's the elbow, and he's below the elbow.
Yep. And you tighten it up, and you'll know when you're on the right spot. Like for me, it would be right there. But it feels better when you're working with it. That support gives it some relief. It doesn't cure it, but it takes stresses off it, and it allows it to heal better. Usually, I'll advise people, don't wear it tight all day long. Wear it loose if you're not using something, but if you're going to do a task that's going to create those muscles to work, tighten it up while you're doing your lifting, or if you got something that's, especially this motion,
Right.
Exactly. If you're working if you're a tradesperson and you're going to work with a cordless drill, as a matter of fact, because I've done this once on a weekend. Wow, did that flare it up?
The vibration too can be real bad.
Yeah, if you're doing something with vibration, you bet.
So you're going to start with that, and then what you're going to do is start off this remodeling process. So this is something you can do every 2 hours or or maybe 3 to 4 times a day to start off with.
Yep.
And this is going to seem very basic, and it is very basic because you want to make sure that you're strengthening, but you're not re-tearing it open, you're not making it worse again.
Right.
So first you're going to start with, you find your table, you're working, I want you to start doing this. Just bringing the hand up like this, the fingers extended.
Okay.
You're going to do it 10 times. Now what you're looking for is that it might hurt when you're doing it, but as soon as you stop, there's no pain.
Okay.
If there's pain, I would go ahead and ice and ibuprofen, all those things to calm the inflammation down. You're not even ready for this yet.
Okay. So you do 10 of them. When you're done, if it continues to ache after that, it's too soon.
That you fired it up just by doing that.
Right.
Then things are really sensitive, and we got to start off even slower. If that felt fine, another couple hours, do another set of 10.
Okay.
All right, first day goes by, that was easy. There was not really any, difficulty. There was no pain. Now you're going to go ahead and bring it up and make a fist.
Okay. So it puts a little more stress on those muscles, on that tendon.
Same thing, do it every couple hours. And if that's not a problem, you might even do it every hour then.
Okay. And you're going to do that on the second day?
Second day,
Okay.
third day, whatever, whatever you progress to. You might
Okay.
be able to do it you know, it might be even later. You might have to take longer.
Right, but if it does feel good after you're done.
Yep, same thing. Does it hurt after you're done? Does it fire it up by doing that? Then, you know, then you want to stop. All right, next one, Brad, you're actually going to do what we call eccentric strengthening. So I'm going to push against the hand, and it's going to stop me while I'm going down like this. And I'm going to just do repetitions like this. So I'm feeling stress on this. I'm pushing it down. I'm giving resistance.
Right.
And you can do 10 of those.
So on the way up, you just lift it
Yep.
and then push.
And if that feels fine, again, nothing after, now you're making some headway too.
Is this something where you might feel something on the first 2 or 3?
Well, you should feel it while you're doing it.
Okay.
Again, does it hurt afterwards?
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
no problem to feel it while, you know, while it's doing it. It's expected even. Now that one's fine. Now you can go ahead and go up also.
Concentric.
Yeah,
We were doing
concentric.
eccentric, now we're doing concentric strengthening.
Okay. Now, if you're doing these and, you know, things are getting better and it just seems like it's progressing, wonderful. You're on the right track. If it just seems like it stalls out, Brad,
Yep.
now I'm going to go ahead and throw it. And this is one you can actually throw in there to start off right away too. You can do a little cross fiber massage.
Sure, yep.
So you're going to go ahead, you're going to find the bone here, and I'm going to go just a little bit off the bone, and I'm going to rub across the fibers
Right.
of the tendon.
Yep.
Okay, and you can do this again. You can break this up. You can do it for a minute,
Yep.
and then 2 hours later, do it for another minute.
Sure. And this is one where after you do it for about 30 seconds or so, it should start, it may hurt at first, but as long as it feels better, kind of feels numbish, after 30 to 45 seconds, then you're okay. If it just makes it worse and worse, it's too early.
Right. That Brad said it eloquently.
Wow. Thanks, Bob.
And a lot of times you might want to take one finger over the top of the other. You're pushing down fairly hard. I mean, you can start off kind of soft, Brad.
Right.
But eventually you want to get in there pretty
You're getting
intense.
aggressive, yep.
Yeah.
You're going to get into the muscle and work that, you're breaking up that scar tissue. But remember, it's got to feel better after 30 to 45 seconds.
Right. This is one that it needs to start feeling better while you're doing it.
Sure.
It has to actually numb up. And if it's not doing that, then go back to some of the other exercises or do some of those. You could start this one actually on day one, Brad, if not day one, but I'd say a couple days later.
After the initial flare-up.
Yeah, you
it's
could
not
do it
too
along
flared
with
up.
these exercises.
Sure, yep.
Now the point I was trying to make, Brad, if you get stalled out, you're doing this, and it's just not getting better,
Right.
then we're starting to think maybe it's more in the elbow itself, not so much on the muscles.
Okay.
And quite often, the sign of that is if one of the arms does not straighten out, if the involved arm does not straighten out as much as the uninvolved arm.
So it might look like this.
Right.
This one straight.
Mine
and this
actually, I don't know if you noticed, but my arm does not straighten out as much as this one. And I do get a little trouble with this
you
elbow.
got problems, Bob. He's got problems.
Up here too.
Yeah.
And I feel this a lot of times when I'm doing curls and stuff like
Okay.
this, Brad. So see, these are some of the things I have done and it does help.
Sure.
So the first one, this may seem a little crazy, Brad, but you're actually going to do a self-manipulation where you're going to try to get it a little bit straighter again.
Okay.
So you turn your hand like this,
Palm in,
yeah, palm toward you, and you're going to jam it into straightening like this.
all the way out.
Yeah, and it might hurt a little bit,
Okay.
but it
I
should.
can hear your elbow.
Yeah, you can
Bob.
hear can't you hear my elbow
Oh
pop?
my God.
So
And this should, pain-wise,
it might hurt a little bit, but again, afterwards, if it starts hurting afterwards,
yeah, back off. Don't
Back
do it
off.
20 times in a
Right,
day.
right.
Just do it a couple,
do
three
it a couple times.
and it should feel better afterwards.
The one I like to do, Brad, is I actually just take my hand and I put it this way and I turn it a little bit further
So you're rotating
and
it.
I bend it this way and I turn it this way and I turn it further.
So that the hand to the shoulder.
Yep,
Flexing that elbow.
yep, and I'm turning it each way. So this time I'm turning it, that'd be clockwise, right?
Yeah.
Clockwise.
You're going to rotate it.
I'm rotating it, I'm
There
turning
you
it,
go.
I'm bending.
Yeah.
And then I might also try this way. Now I'm going counterclockwise
Right.
and I'm going this way.
Thumb towards your face or thumb away from your face?
I'm sorry, this
one
is
way.
clockwise.
We're therapists. We're supposed
Yeah.
to do internal or external,
Right.
or pronation or supination, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? That I'm turning it this way
That's
and
why.
this way.
Let's go on to the next one, Bob.
All right.
People don't care
Next
about
one
clockwise.
is, a good one to do is actually just put your hand down like this, flat, and I'm going to take the space between my thumb and my first finger. I'll go this way, Brad. So my
Yep.
fingers are facing toward me, and I'm below the elbow's right here, and I'm pushing the elbow, the whole forearm that way. And I'm pushing, and I'm trying to straighten the arm at the same time.
So he's trying to extend or straighten the elbow
Yep.
and push that direction. And how hard are you pushing, Bob?
I'm pushing hard.
Are you?
Yeah.
And what are the red flags to stop?
Again, I don't want pain on this one.
Okay.
Yep. This one should feel good.
Right.
And it should feel better after you get done too.
Right.
Okay. And it's interesting, Brad. I had a golfer that she was actually semi-professional at one point, and I had her do that one, and that is the one that took it away.
That helped her out.
Yeah. I mean, and again, we thought it was just all overuse, but it was in the elbow itself.
Right.
And so that's like a self-manipulation you can do.
Right. And we're getting these, we're not making these up. These are done.
Yeah, these are done by Mulligan and McKenzie. These are some of the leaders in our field that
Right.
really
They've been around for 50
So
years.
experiment around with them, see which ones help, and hopefully one of them does help and helps you to get rid of this problem.
Right. You just got to keep at it. You're going to find the answer.
And remember, Brad, we can fix just about anything.
Yeah, except for that. Oh yeah, that broken. Oh yeah, here it is, a broken heart. Unbelievable, Bob.
We're going to work on it.
Yeah, we will never give up.
Thanks for watching.